So there's an issue we've known about for a while now that's been affecting the kind of content we produce, and today I wanted to kind of talk about it and bring you up to the light speed. Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Okay, so I'm sure lots of you are quite familiar with the skits and short films we make, such as Do the Robot, Move Along, all the Death Star skits, When Heroes and Villains Meet.
Spraying bolts.
These are otherwise known as machinima. No, not that YouTube network. I'm talking about the practice of producing animated films through the manipulation of video games, which is actually what the YouTube network's named after. But anyway, it's how we started making videos over 3 years ago. So the last few skits we made were back using the Battlefront 2 beta, which was a couple months ago. Now, something's changed between then and now, something out of our control, which has prevented us from being able to make skits in Battlefront 2. The way we film skits in video games is just by turning the HUD off in the settings and then aiming down the sights of our weapon. This basically turns the weapon into a camera, and aiming down the sights is like looking through the lens. Now, our problem is that since Battlefront 2 came out, something has changed in the game itself. You can no longer completely turn off the HUD. Even when you turn the HUD off in the settings, there's still an aiming reticle when you aim down sights. At the moment, after having tried all weapons and gadgets, there is no way to completely remove all parts of the HUD or crosshairs from the screen in Star Wars Battlefront 2. We have no idea why the developers at EA changed this since the beta, and it may not have even been an intentional change, but all we do know is that at this stage, we can't film skits and cinematics as we used to in the beta and the first Battlefront. Now, there is an alternative to filming the way we used to. There is Cinematic Tools, which is a mod for the PC version of the game, giving players full control of a free camera, kind of like spectate mode. We do have the game on PC, but our PC is a little old and doesn't really run the mod all that well. I'm actually halfway through building a new super powerful PC, but that's still a little bit away. So really, the reason I'm making this video is to ask for your help. I actually realized the HUD had changed while I was in San Francisco at the EA Game Changer event and got the chance to ask a few of the developers about it. They said that adding the option to completely remove the HUD wouldn't be all that hard to implement, but obviously with everything going on around the game at the moment involving updates, isn't one of their priorities, which we completely understand. However, I should add that the fact there are no private matches in the game yet also makes it extremely difficult to film cinematics and skits. Trying to film all these artsy shots in the middle of a war zone while a team of 20 rebel scum are trying to kill you isn't all that ideal. So what I'm saying is, if you want to maybe try help us out, or even film some of your own cinematics, send a message to some of the EA developers, or even just to EA itself, maybe on Twitter or Facebook, asking for an option to completely turn off the HUD and for private matches to be added to the game. But please, be nice about it. I'm sure lots of you are already fully aware of the controversy and hate backlash surrounding this game. We really don't want to add to that. I'm a Star Wars fan, and there are lots of other passionate Star Wars fans who put a lot of hard work into creating so many of the good parts of this game. We want to celebrate those good parts by creating some cool Star Wars cinematics and skits, using this game as our tool. I hope this video gave you a bit more context on why we haven't been creating skits and cinematics, and hopefully maybe it can do a little bit to help us and lots of you get back to creating these types of videos. We have so many ideas for skits with all the new characters, droids, clone troopers, heroes, the prequels. I mean, we have access to the prequels. There's a goldmine of content there.
Crazy.
Yes, I made another Jar Jar joke. You know you love it.
Stay bombastic.